interface panels or HMIs in the Yaskawa SmartPendant. So this is a short video demonstrating the possibilities of using interface panels. So let's start. In the main menu, top left, go further down to interface panels. We open the panel list and let's create a new panel. So this is where we see all previous created panels. Create a new panel, top, middle. Enter panel name. We will call this HMI number 1. So before editing the panel, we can make sure this panel will always start on boot of the system, and we can also add a shortcut to the main menu, so we will see it when we open the main menu. So let's save and now edit. So at first we can set the background color. I prefer white, maybe for my main panel, or maybe I would like to have some sub panels later and I can add a blue one, for instance, and design it all after my needs. So what kind of objects or instructions can be used in the SmartPendant? Well, let's see. We open the controls menu and we can insert a light. A light could, for instance, be a value from a variable or from an input. So for instance, if I select my target, let's make it a user input and maybe input 1. So based on the value of input 1, if it's a 1, the light will be blue, or if it's 0, the light won't be lit at all. And I can of course set my desired color. Next one is a button. So a button would work more like an output or defining a value of a variable or output. And as well as for the input, we can set different targets. Either user IO, output or output group of outputs, or a user variable. So maybe an integer, integer 6, let's say, and off value might be 1 and on value could be 5. Just as an example. We can insert a switch. And the switch is more visible as a on-off solution. So, but you can define what should be your off text and your on text. So maybe it's a sensor for palette indication. So palette palette in or palette out. You can have the off value and you can have the on value. And what you're looking at. Maybe a user IO or whatever. If you want to test your panel, just switch the flick on top from edit to test. And this is what it looks like. So let's continue. We can also insert display. And display is more of a text-based object where you can select if it should be only displaying a text as view only, entry only, or view and entry. This is a good example to maybe display a user variable and a string. So maybe the value or the text defined in string 0 can be shown in this text box. Thereafter, we have the frame, and the frame is mainly just a tool for you to define to group parts of your display or HMI, so you can organize it in a good way. Further on, we have the image, where you can insert, for instance, logotypes or pictures, screenshots from simulations. And you can work with PNGs and JPEGs. So let's insert the logotype. I like to have the logotype at the bottom of my screen. And now, let's continue with a new feature called Job. And with the Job instruction, we can have some different actions. So go to top of current job, run, stop, and pause. So let's use this go to top current. We can also set, maybe I will instead like to go to top of master job. Okay. Insert a new one. So instead of go to top, let's use this as run. Let's add another one. And this could be the, let's say, stop. I will insert a frame just to organize them. So that's nice. And final instruction is the combo box, where you could, for instance, select different jobs. So when in play mode, we can run the job, we can stop it, and we can also select our different jobs. Let's see, I would like to make some small adjustments and maybe move my logo a bit further down. I want to add another picture of the robot I'm using. And instead of this button just calling an integer, let's make this call another panel. So instead of defining as user IO or variable system IOs, this button can open panel. It can work momentary or toggle. So let's set it as open panel, and what panel I would like to open, and let's just use some of the other panels I have. So now this button opens another panel. So this is the interface panel from Yaskawa on the SmartPendant.